Hi, I'm Claire and this is my husband Nick. We met in an online chat room in 2001 and ended up getting married in 2006. We're a fairly normal, hard-working couple. We love travelling and enjoying a drink or two. In early 2020, we decided we wanted a whole new life-changing challenge. So we said goodbye to our jobs. We sold our Wiltshire farmhouse. We packed up our things and made the move to France. In early 2001, I went back to the UK to finalise our house sale and pick up my Aga. I was on Facebook on an Escape to the Chateau fan club page when I saw this advert. I messaged Nick the advert. Curiosity got the better of him and he went and arranged a viewing. With the instructions from me, I trust your judgment. If you think I'll like it, put in an offer. The offer was accepted and we finally got the keys on the 10th of June 2021. Join us and our dogs, Merlot and Flora, as we renovate our Maison De Maitre. Hi, welcome back, and this week we will be showing you around the big house or the Maison De Maitre. I hope that you like wallpaper because there's an awful lot of it. In the photograph in the blue area, this is where the house is. Hi and welcome to our Maison De Maitre. This is what really sold the house for us in particular. If you want to come inside, I'll show you around. So this is our entrance hallway into the building. Nobody has lived in here since the 1970s, so it's been vacant for at least 40 plus years. It was built in around 1870, 1875, we're still to confirm when, but it's got lots and lots of great original features. So if you come in, you can see such fantastic things as the wallpaper, and the carved wooden panelling, which is fantastic with these cherub figures on and all of the patterns underneath. In the first room that you come to in the building, all of the rooms have these fantastic full height doors. A lot of the doors still have the original keys in them, along with all of the handles which have RC on them. The floors seem to be in fairly good condition. And every room also has a different colour of marble fireplace. All of the rooms where the fireplaces are different, all of the skirting boards are all painted in a similar style to what the fireplaces would be. This fantastic wallpaper is actually hand painted onto the paper. If you come over here, you see we have this piece of furniture left in the building. We think it's a safe. It's not wooden, we can't move it, and we can't find a key for it. And if you look up, you'll see a lovely light fitting, and every room there's a different type of ceiling rose. Back along the corridor, you reach the first bathroom of the property. This is an absolute gem of a room. Again, fantastic wallpaper. and a lovely basin and toilet. This room has a view out onto the front wall garden. And there's also a door leading through into the next room, but it's blocked off at the moment. And if we go on to the next one. It's quite impressive the amount of spiders' webs from where this place hasn't been lived in for so long. We've not opened this door yet. And if you come through here, we have another room with another fantastic wallpaper to add to the wallpaper collection. And another fireplace. Now, in this room was left this desk. These are all of the things that we have found in the desk that are a little bit interesting. There's things like what looks to be a lighter, a calendar, various different matchboxes and pieces of paper, a diary from 1963 that's empty. So this is the door that we said about on the other side that came through from the room with the toilet and basin in. The view from this room again looks out onto the front wall garden, and then also it looks out onto the road, which is Rue Principale. If you look here, there was obviously some kind of system. We think that this was a telephone area, because at the top of the room there's also a bell. So if you come through into here, this is an absolutely fantastic room. The first thing that you notice is the ceiling and how the ceiling is panelled and the fantastic light fitting that can be saved, hopefully. Then if you go down, you'll notice the wallpaper with the fruit cascading from bowls and apples and pears. It's painted on directly onto the paper again. A lot of it above the fireplace is peeling off due to damp, and it's seen better days. The main feature of this room is this fantastic French billiards table. And unlike an American or English billiards table, a French billiards table has no pockets. The owner kindly left us with this. I think at some point I'd like to actually recover the top of it. We were also left with the cues and the stand, all of the chalks and the counters. The room also has a fantastic wooden fireplace with a fleur-de-lis inlay and a marble floor to it. So the other thing that's really nice about this room is the wall panelling and how it's all solid wood. The other thing that we like is we were left this mirror, which will need some repair, but it has some lovely little finials on the top of it. And then, if we open this door, we go through into a corridor.
This corridor has the same paper as the fantastic cloakroom wallpaper, and you can see some of the coat hooks and quite a nice original little light fitting on the wall. So this is the final downstairs room in the Maison De Maitre. It looks out onto the courtyard. The ceilings are 3.5 metres high in all of the rooms. You've got such lovely features in here as the curtains. And if you go over to the fire, you'll notice the fire dogs have lovely urns on them. In this corner of the room, we have a tiny little door that leads through into our half of the house, as well as the cellar. So through the tiny door, there's a few steps down, which leads you into this long room. This long room connects the Maison De Maitre to the side of the house that we're living in currently, that's more livable and habitable. There's a door here which leads directly outside onto the courtyard. It's got lovely pieces of coloured glass in it. Over here we have another fireplace. One of Nick's favourite things is that there's 13 fireplaces in the whole house altogether. This room, it could have been a kitchen, we're not sure. There's things to suggest that it was a kitchen, like tiled splashbacks, various old original electrics. Again, in the fire, you've got some really nice fire dogs again with urns. So in this room, the decor is actually painted directly onto the wall. As the same with this wooden fake panelling, it's actually painted on. If we look above my head, you'll see where the ceiling has actually started to cave in, which from Nick's video of the side of the house that we're currently living in, you'll see part where the floor has actually gone in. This is directly below there. We've also got this fantastic safe that the owner left us with. I think it's because they couldn't move it. The doors are really thick. The only thing that they did tell us was they couldn't find the key for the bottom drawer. So that could be a whole different adventure. So through here we have this great room. It has an incredible staircase. The walls are a huge mural that somebody has hand painted directly onto the wall. We've been left with a Singer sewing table, or the French equivalent of a Singer sewing table. Behind me you have a false door. So there's obviously some pretty chaotic damp in here, which it doesn't really smell particularly nice. This door has probably not been opened for quite a few years because there's a huge amount of spiders between the outside shutter and the door. I don't really want to open it at the moment. So down this flight of stairs, hidden in the mural and painted into the wall, is this door. that leads through to one of the best rooms of the house, the cellar. So this is really everything that you could ever want in a cellar. It's dark, it's dingy, it ticks all the boxes, and there's wine. We had 60 bottles of wine that were left in this cellar. There is red, there's white, there's some fantastic Bordeaux wines from 95, 98 and onwards. We also got left with some empties, but that's okay because we can always clear it out and fill it full of new wines. If you come through here, you'll notice that there's shelving. It's pretty dark in here. It's really musty. There's lots and lots of spiders and cobwebs. There's some tractor tyres. There's things like this though. There's some interesting labels that have been left. There's lots of cobwebs down here. This door here leads directly out to the garden. And then on the floor, either side of the room, we have these racks which the barrels would have been stored and rolled along into the building. So back in the Maison De Maitre, on the ground floor, opposite the cloakroom, is the staircase. The newel post of the stairs has this fantastic boule d'escalier, which is a stair ball, which is a lovely raspberry type glass with a brass base. There's no lights in the house because where the house is that old, all of the electrics just don't work. So some parts of the house are very dark. The staircase has lovely brass lion heads at the bottom of each of the posts. Welcome to the first floor and the bathroom of the house. The main bathroom, the family bathroom, the place where anyone would want to come and wash. In this room, this is obviously lead paint. It's peeling off the walls. The ceiling has slightly fallen through, but it's the original bath and the original basin, the original bidet, and the original toilet, including woodworm. This room looks out onto the front walled garden. Back out into the hallway on the first floor, we've got a really lovely light fitting with herons and foliage all around it. Obviously it's not plugged in and it's not working, so we don't know until we have electrics eventually what it will look like properly. With the whole of the house, as you know by now, there is a theme of fantastic wallpaper. Here is another one. And if you come down onto the floor, you'll see some really, really old carpet, which hopefully could be salvaged. So both ends of the corridor both have balconies. This is the one that looks out onto the main courtyard. I'm not going to stand on the balcony because I'm not as slim as I once was and I don't trust it, but Flora does. You could call this bedroom 1. Bedroom 1 has a lovely pink patterned wallpaper, which would obviously have been brighter when it was first hung, but over the years it's been damaged by sunlight. You've got things like bedside lights that would have been fitted when the house was redecorated in the 30s. If you look up, you've got lovely little light fittings and trims. A fantastic marble fireplace and a lovely mirror again that we were left. Across the corridor, another bedroom. This bedroom again has fantastic wallpaper. With this house, all of the downstairs shutters are solid, so that you couldn't have anyone really breaking in through them. But the upstairs shutters all have air vents in them, so you could aerate rooms by leaving the windows open and closing the shutters. We have another lovely light fitting, all glass and beaded. And then further down on the floor you'll see the original brass stair rods, and what we think is the carpet from the stairs. Further around the room we've got another lovely marble fireplace, and on top of it was some tiny little bits and pieces, including this lovely hair clip and tiny drawers of odds and sods. Through here we have a tiny little cupboard with some lovely coat hooks, which I've just broken. At the opposite end of the corridor we have another balcony that would look out onto Rue Principale. We're not going to open these doors yet because we don't want to force them and break them. Behind me we have another bedroom. In here we have a view looking out onto Rue Principale, a view looking out onto the front wall garden. Again, a lovely marble fireplace. So we've got, again, the bedside light switches, and then this lovely wallpaper, which is kind of a scene that looks like it's slightly Japanese, of Mount Fuji and maybe a lotus flower. So here we have the final bedroom, which has one window that looks out over Rue Principale. In this room, the wallpaper's fallen off where it's been that damp in the room. We've also got things in here like the curtain rails. And if you come and look over here on this light fitting, there's a lovely little butterfly. And that leaves leads us on to the top floor, the attic. So on the way up to the attic, there's a dome at the top of the stairs with a skylight at the top, which is very dusty, old and dirty. We think that this could have been an attempt to light the staircase more when the house had no electric. So, welcome to the attic. The first thing that you'll probably notice is the beams. They are huge. All of the roof is slate, and you'll also notice the dome, or the outside of the dome, what we were saying coming up the stairs. It's quite hot up here. The floor is slightly uneven and quite old. You'll notice that around and about that there is lots of dust, lots of dirt, and there's also things like these owl pellets. We do have a resident owl, and he keeps coming through one of the broken windows. When we originally walked into this room, on top of the toilet was this. Now, we don't know whether it's live or not. It doesn't look as though anything's happened to it. It's quite heavy. At some point, we're probably going to try and take it to the police station. I don't really want to put it in the car. This room, this must have been some kind of storeroom. Originally, I didn't really pay much attention when I came in here because I was looking more at things like these curtain poles and what's on the floor, and I had a read through what was on the shelves. And there's a telephone directory for 1960, a calendar from a Chinese restaurant that looks very, very old, and having a root round on the floor, I also found this lovely flower that's mother of pearl that must have come off some kind of chandelier or lampshade. It's very pretty. That's all for us for this week, but don't forget to join in next week when we'll be giving you a tour of our gardens and the outbuildings and the treasures that they hold. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, and you can also find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. See you soon.